when you're on a spiritual journey, it can be incredibly frustrating communicating with those who don't understand your journey. My mum knows the path I'm on. She sees everything unfold. So even the impossible becomes possible. But even she has a hard time. And I'm like, you don't get it. You just don't get it. And she goes, oh, yeah, I get it. It's like, you don't get it. You still don't understand. You still think you have to work your ass off and follow society's way of being to have your dreams. Like, that's not going to bring you your dreams. I was saying that to her. I'm like, you're not getting it at all. You don't see what I do. You don't see like most of the things I do. So you don't realize. You think I'm doing nothing because you're not aware of what I do. You know, so it can get really frustrating having these conversations. What I tried to make her understand was, because she understands to a level, but beyond that, it gets back into reset, which I think a lot of people do, to be honest. They probably believe their horoscopes, their zodiacs, higher purpose, spirit guides to an extent. But beyond that, they don't let their mind think. They don't comprehend the connection beyond that. So they just like, they go back within and go, well, you know, that's that. But then I've still got to do all this. It's like, yeah, that's your stability. Yes, you can still do that. But don't hook yourself too tight to that, because you need to be free to be able to go with the flow and do what you're doing, what your intuition's pulling you towards. So, like I did yesterday, there was a vision I had. I shared that. Then later on, I'm seeing 222 a lot, weirdly enough. Saw on videos with the likes, and then someone posted like 222 all over their video as well. And they're like, if you see the number 222, I'm like, yeah, I just see it twice in the bleeding kitchen. Another time 333 on my air fryer. Both times I walked in the kitchen, it said 33. It just turned to 333, and I walked out doing some things. Walked back in, it was 222 again. I'm like, yeah, but I laugh. And then later on, I had to reheat a little bit longer. I walked back in, it was 222 again. I'm like, well, okay, freaking hell. Have a look. So that plus all the signs I receive, and then videos, I know the ones that make sense to me. So my video, one I created, was about being top of your mountain. You finally nearly achieving your biggest successes. It's coming. I'll get a lot of signs now that everything's imminent to change. And while I was talking to my mum, she didn't get it that much, but I'm like, not understanding me. Because what it is, there's a lot going to happen in my life, and it's going to take someone. An opportunity is going to come, and it's going to come from potentially, I'm not saying exactly how it's going to come, but potentially from someone who has connections, someone that sees my potential, gives me an opportunity. I may feel a bit inadequate because I've not been in the position before, but I'll thrive. I'll do great. And that'll be the start of my success, really, and the transformation of my life. So what I was trying to say to my mum, because she doesn't seem to get it, I'm like, you are not understanding the connection at all. If you understood, it wouldn't be such a big, hard thing to grasp, you know? I said, we've all got spirit guides. We've all got our own unique spirit guides. Now, the sign I had yesterday through these other videos, which resonated, because I've had other signs in the past, and it just makes sense to me. He said, right now, because of the stage you're at in your journey, which, you know, you're top of the mountain, it said you are being incredibly protected right now. You've got a lot of guides just forming a barrier around you. I'm getting goosebumps now. That's your confirmations. And it says your guides are pulling in ascended masters. So this is really important. It's a critical part of your journey now. Bear in mind, I had a psychic medium in the past who verified that Archangel Michael has said, there's no going back now. The wheels are in motion. This prophecy will be fulfilled. Pretty much. Like what you came here to do, you're going to do this lifetime. There's no going back anymore. That's it. You're going for it. It has to happen now because the wheels are in motion. So bear that in mind. So it's saying you're protected, and they've called in ascended masters. So I'm saying to my mum, whether it's someone famous or whether it's someone who has connections to people famous, or whether it's whoever this person is that's going to enter my life, I don't know who it is. So that seems far-fetched to most people, because you think, how would you meet this person? No, you're thinking in the 3D, how would you bump into this person? Think of it on the astral plane. We're all brought towards people who we're meant to see. So if you see someone's video content, you probably had to see it. Not everything, but I'm saying a lot of what we see. That's why you get the number synchronicities, because your guides are making you look at that moment. They're giving you the reason to look then. Scroll at that time. It's all synchronized. So I've been held back an awful lot on my journey, and I know it's not the content, and that's why I get really frustrated because I'm like, they're holding me back every time. Why do they keep doing this? Everything's timing. I've been told I'm pulling everything towards me too soon. So even if I'm ready, it doesn't mean the opportunity and the circumstances are ready. So as frustrated as I get, and it seems impossible, and it seems like I'm wasting my time sometimes, everything was still moving. It's just that I was trying to move it at a faster pace. I can move me, I can ascend. I can't make everything move. So our guides can communicate with other guides, and they can call upon ascended masters and higher ranked angels to sort of liaise on your behalf and then pull in the next phase, because it's all, a lot of it is fated anyway. So you was going to do this at some point. That person was going to meet you. You was going to bump in. It was like ordained in a way. So that person would have that opportunity, that status before you, if you like. That will open the door for that. You will go through your hardships, your trauma to gain that experience and wisdom. You will transcend that. At the point of trauma, we have a choice. Do we do something good with our life? Or do we go down a negative route where we maybe be vengeful? It's a choice. I always choose to just do good. I choose to just share my journey, help people heal. I don't want people to suffer what I did. And if they did, let's get out of this quicker. And that's what I'm like. Part of my path. So anyway, on a human level, it'd be hard to understand how an opportunity will come. If you think about on the astral realm, the angels only have to communicate with each other, get their spirit guides involved, get their spirit guides to look at you at a certain point, and then boom, it all triggers. Because if you're in alignment, they'll like what they see because they was always meant to see it. It makes sense to them. Someone else may look at it, overlook it, and not see the significance, but the right people will understand the significance of the content you create and the path you're on and where you're at. They'll sense the energy, and they'll be like, I need to give this person an opportunity. You know, I don't know how it all unfolds, but all I know is what I keep receiving signs of. And it's like, that's not really too hard to comprehend for me. It makes sense. But to everybody else living the 3D experience, just running around like on a rat race, it seems impossible that you would even meet a celebrity, let alone an opportunity to do something substantial. You know, and I'm like, well, it's coming. I know it's coming. My life is incredibly hard right now. Yes, finances are tight. Yes, I'm going to have to make, if it gets any worse, I'm going to have to find, I'll keep looking anyway, but anything will only be temporary until the big opportunity comes, because that's where my mind's at. It's nothing else is a career. You know, the mundane jobs are no longer careers to me. There's just not. It's not long term. It'll be a case of help support my journey for now. That's what it would be. But I feel like I'm on the precipice of something huge, and I'm sort of ready for that. And I've been ready for a while. But when I say ready, I think we can all sort of acknowledge growth. So even though I feel like I was like, in terms of my experience and who I am, I was ready last year, you know, easily ready last year. But even like something as upgrading a microphone, that's me investing in what I'm doing. It's me taking this part of my life serious, because I always thought my books was my biggest significance. Now I'm recognizing being on camera, I think is probably going to be a bigger part of my journey than the writing, which is weird because I didn't see that before. And I think it's only now that I've sort of like thrown myself in and saying this is a priority now, and I'm investing in it. I think that is why the fulfillment has been complete. You've finally seen that you need to be front and center, because in a book you're hidden. If you think about it, you're hidden behind the pages. People don't really have access to you. And I had Archangel Michael, or one of the angels, I can't remember what it was, but they said, what are you running away from? And I didn't understand that at the time, and maybe that's what they meant. Why would you keep running to hide behind the book? You know, I don't know if they meant it that way, but now I look at it, it makes a bit more sense. But I just want people to understand that the wheels in motion we don't always see, but sometimes it's worth. You should have faith that everything's going to work out how it's supposed to, and even something that seems impossible can easily be possible. Easily on the other side, if it's supposed to happen, it will happen. I had a reading that my daughter I was asking about, because she's interested in celebrities. Again, I don't put people on a pedestal. I respect where they are. So it's not me dismissing someone's achievements, but it's just like, for me, everyone's just people. I don't go beyond that, you know? So I was like, will I meet this person, a celebrity? And it was like, yes. And then it was like, will she meet this celebrity? And it was like, no. Then I was like, what about this celebrity? Will I meet this one? Really big people these are. And it said yes. And again, she got no. And she's like, oh. But it's our paths, you know? If you're supposed to come across someone and people who are less relevant in the future. It's the way it is. But I thought I'd just share that.